A picture-perfect night for baseball, indeed. The second game of a three-game set between the Philadelphia Phillies and Cincinnati Reds is just moments away. Well, 24 hours has made a big difference in the weather. Maybe it can make a difference in the game, too. Phillies got hammered here last night by the Reds. 4 home runs. They lost by a final score of 12-3. But they're hoping that Curt Schilling can put a licking and silence those Red bats here tonight, as Curt Schilling draws the pitching assignment. 5-2 on the year, looking for win number 6 with that ERA of 3.58, opposed by C.J. Nitkowski, who has not faced the Phillies ever, and he has yet to pick up his first major league victory. That is the starting pitching here tonight at the Vet. When we return, Chris and Todd take you further through the pregame. Back in a minute.
Beautiful summer night, a nice crowd assembling tonight for the Phillies and Cincinnati Reds, the leaders in the East and Central divisions respectively. Hello everybody and welcome back to the Prism booth. Todd Callis along with Chris Wheeler. Gary Maddox will join us as usual in the 4th inning and Wheels tonight. The Phils getting bombed last night. You turn the page, number 56 in that 144-page saga. Tonight the Phils would like to start getting on a roll with Atlanta heading into town this weekend.
Yeah, I think so, Todd. You know, the Braves probably felt today they did just that by winning in the 9th inning with a dramatic home run by David Justice. So they spent a nice night tonight at home. They have an off day tomorrow to think about how great they were today. And then they come into Philadelphia for a big series this weekend. Phillies would like to win a little bit before the Braves get here. You just can't start thinking ahead to them because, number one, it's too early to scoreboard watch, and 2, the Cincinnati Reds are too good because they'll beat you. Next thing you know, you'll lose 3 straight and be in trouble for the Braves series. So, yeah, I think they would like to win here tonight behind their best pitcher, Curt Schilling, that's for sure.
Phils will get their first look at the rookie, C.J. Nitkowski. He'll be opposed by the Phils' Curt Schilling, who is 3-0 after Phillies losses. Back with the first pitch and starting lineups right after this.
Phillies baseball is brought to you by Bud Light. If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light. The Bell Atlantic Yellow Pages, the Yellow Pages 9 out of 10 people use. The genuine Bell Atlantic Yellow Pages. Mellon PSFS, the official bank of the Phillies, featuring full-service evening and 7-day banking. The Pennsylvania Daily Lottery. Don't forget to play. Proceeds benefit older Pennsylvanians. Texaco Clean System 3 gasolines. Add more to your car. Take it to the star. And by Independence Blue Cross and Pennsylvania Blue Shield. For 57 years, the health insurance company you can lean on.
Great night tonight from the Vet, and let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Cincinnati Reds against the right-hander tonight. Barry Larkin leads off at shortstop, Thomas Howard in center field, Ron Gant the left fielder, Reggie Sanders in right field. Eric Anthony plays at first base, Eddie Taubensee the catcher, Brett Boone the second baseman, Jeff Branson at third, and the rookie C.J. Nitkowski on the mound.
For the Phillies tonight, Dave Gallagher will be in left field. Lenny Dykstra center. Jim Eisenreich plays against the left-hander. Hayes, Stocker, Duncan, and Hollins around the horn. Aaron Dalton behind the plate, and on the mound, right-hander Curt Schilling.
Curt Schilling in his shortest outing of the year in his last start lasted just 4 1/3 innings in St. Louis, allowed 8 hits and a walk, 6 earned runs, a couple of strikeouts, and he lost that ball game. The Cardinals winning that game 7-1, so Schilling moved his record to 5-2 on the year. Facing the Reds for the second time this year, he pitched 7 shutout innings against Cincinnati at Riverfront earlier in the season and picked up his first win in the process. Barry Larkin to lead things off. He has struggled since that thumb injury. He missed 6 games after being hit by a pitch by Darryl Kyle, and since then, in his last 11 games, he's hitting just 128. See the thumb wrapped up there on the right hand. Overall, though, Barry batting at .303, leading off tonight's game. He batted second in the game last night. Schilling has started ahead of Larkin, no balls and 2 strikes. Curt is a perfect 3-0 following Phillies losses, and the Phillies certainly lost last night in a big way, 12-3.
Well, they need Schilling to go out and establish the tempo of the ballgame. And in defense of Mike Mims, even though he didn't pitch real well last night, he kept them in that ballgame. You know, they just let it get away in the middle innings. About the 6th inning to be exact.
Larkin stays alive at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Larkin second in the National League in steals with 17. probably will be named as the starting shortstop this year for the National League once again. Popped high in the air.
Larkin, one of those guys, I don't know that he's real comfortable leading off either. You know, there you see Barry Larkin's great career and what an outstanding defensive player he is too, but he's not necessarily a leadoff man. They have Sanders, who's their leadoff guy, but who's been out almost a month now. And they moved him up here to let Thomas Howard bat second behind him, a left-handed hitter, switch hitter batting left-handed tonight. You know, it's hard for guys like this to lead off. You know, because they're not, like when Mickey was trying to lead off for a while, they do the best they can, but they're not sure all the time what they should be doing. Leading off is very, very difficult.
On the ground, hit hard, but on 2 hops, Duncan to his left, and we're underway with a ground out to second. Barry Larkin retired. We have a full crew of umpires tonight. Paul Runge gave it a go last night, but he just was not feeling well enough to continue during the game. He's behind the plate. He's the crew chief. Ed Rapuano at first, Jerry Lane at second, Dana DeMuth over at third. Here's Thomas Howard, switch hitter. Plays against right-handers. Has 58 at-bats on the year, 49 of them coming against righties, just 9 against lefties. He's batting .276 overall. Called strike, 1 ball and 1 strike. Both these teams have resided in first place in sole possession of first for a while. The Phillies since May the 7th. The Reds in the Central since June 5th. And even though they're just 13-8 since the 5th, they've extended their lead to a full 5 games heading into tonight's play.
Reds got off to a terrible start, and then Davey Johnson, as you see him there, and his ball club started to play real well. The Cubs got off to a good start. And it took a while. You gave the numbers, Todd, when it happened. It took a while for them to overtake Chicago.
Since then, Chicago has been slumping. The Astros have moved into second, and both teams chasing the 2 division leaders, winning earlier today. The Braves defeating Montreal in a 9th inning home run by Dave Justice, and the Astros winning their ball game in a shutout. 2-2 pitch, and on the ground to Kevin Stocker. 2 groundouts, 2 away. So just like last night, Houston winning, so Cincinnati needs to win to keep their 5-game lead.
But the Astros, they've turned into a run-scoring machine.
Yeah.
And
well,
the
Bagwell's hitting.
Bagwell's hitting. The Cardinals are just awful right now. They get shut out again today, right?
Mike Hampton shut them out. Ron Gant having an outstanding season. Unfortunately for Gant, he may be involved in a numbers crunch as well when it comes to all-star outfielders. A lot of outfielders having great years this year in the National League. Gant, one of them. 0-1 pitch is over. It's no balls and 2 strikes.
See, he's so close to home plate and crowding it so much that he thinks those balls are inside. And they were not inside. Neither one of them were inside. But when you're that close to the plate, that ball, anything that comes in there has to look like it's off the plate to you.
That's a strong start by the ace of the staff, Curt Schilling. We head to the bottom half of the first. Phillies turn to bat. Bottom half of the first inning, the Phils will send this lineup up against the rookie C.J. Nitkowski. Len Dykstra leads off in center field. Mariano Duncan, the second baseman. Jim Eisenreich in right. Dave Hollins, his second game back at first base. Darren Dalton, the catcher. Charlie Hayes at third. Dave Gallagher back in the outfield. Kevin Stocker at shortstop, and on the mound, Curt Schilling.
Defensively, Ron Gann in left field, Thomas Howard the center fielder tonight, and Reggie Sanders in right field. Jeff Branson will play third, Barry Larkin at short, Brett Boone having an outstanding defensive year at second base, and Eric Anthony, our first look at him in a while, at first base. Eddie Tomlinson, a left-handed batter, will catch, and on the mound out of St. John's University, C.J. Christopher John Nitkowski.
Just 22 years of age, 6'3", 190-pounder. Went to St. John's, as Wheels mentioned. He was the #1 draft pick by the Cincinnati Reds in the June '94 draft. So he's been a professional baseball player for just over a year. Last year at AA Chattanooga, he was 6-3. This year started the year at AA Chattanooga was 4-2 in 8 starts, moved up to AAA Indianapolis on May 17th, and then a month later was making his major league debut for the Cincinnati Reds. Made his debut on June the 3rd against the Cardinals, so he's been a big leaguer for 25 days, making his 4th major league start. Lenny Dykstra, who missed 22 ball games with that back injury, leading off for the Phils. He takes a .255 average to the plate tonight.
Nitkowski, from what we've been told, fastball. They call it a knuckle curve, but not like Tyler Green's in that it's slow. It's a looping, slow type of breaking ball. Change up, occasional slider or cut fastball. But the guy has an idea of what he's doing out there.
On the inside corner, a called strike.
Talking to Mike Arbuckle before the game, the Phillies scouting director, and he said most people in baseball felt Nitkowski would be the first guy to get to the major leagues out of last year's draft, and he almost was.
Dustin Hermanson?
Dustin Hermanson, #1 for San Diego.
Low looper is going to fall towards Gant, and he makes the basket catch. That ball carried a little bit towards the outfield, and with this weather, you may see some balls flying out tonight. It looks like the wind is blowing out once again. So Dykstra flies out again. One away here in the first. That'll bring up Mariano Duncan.
Get well wishes tonight to old buddy Twink Patrizio is recovering from an operation. Figured Twink's watching the ball game, so best wishes to him and hope we see him real soon.
Also best wishes to Chet Rank of Downingtown, Pennsylvania, watching us on Prism tonight. Mariano Duncan takes a called strike, 0-1. Dunk batting .282, starting his 2nd straight game against a lefty. Reds will throw another lefty at the Phils tomorrow in Pete Shurik.
And they announced the rotation for the Atlanta series, and it'll go right, left, left as we look at the Lenny Harris there on the Cincinnati bench. Phillies will get Smoltz, Maddox, Glavin, and Avery in that rotation. They will miss Merker, who pitched today.
Swing and a miss at the high fastball. Duncan goes down on strikes. First strikeout for Nitkowski.
Looked like a high fastball, and Duncan likes to swing at the high fastball. Phillies seeing this guy for the first time, and I'm sure in the scouting reports they said throw him a high fastball if you get ahead in the count, and he did throw it by him. Duncan also will take that ball a lot of times and hammer it.
Good hand for Jim Eisenreich. 10 for his last 15. 2 3-hit games and a 4-hit games on the recent road trip. Eisenreich sat out last night's ball game against the lefty John Smiley. Nitkowski quickly ahead, 0-2.
Fregosi likes to use left-handers to give him a rest, but with 3 in this series, and as we just mentioned, 2 coming up with Atlanta, he doesn't want him to miss 5 out of 7 games, so he plays against a left-hander tonight.
Nitkowski has a bunch of family and friends in the crowd tonight. A lot of his St. John's buddies made the trip down from Long Island. Also his family. He lives in Milford, Pennsylvania. They made it down. And he is off to a quick start tonight at the vet. A 1-2-3 inning matches Curt Schilling. We head to the second, scoreless. Want to rub elbows with some stars? How about joining Ashburn, Boa, Luzinski, manager Jim Fregosi, and players that have made Phillies history this February at Phillies Dream Week? It's a full week in Clearwater, Florida, living, learning, and laughing alongside the stars in your own Phillies uniform. And you can take up to 4 years to pay. So reserve your space by calling 215-938-1200. That's 215-938-1200, but you better call now.
Birthday wishes tonight to Fred Green of Maple Shade, New Jersey, who is 89, and to Harry Fullerton from Ocean City, 75. Happy birthday to both those gentlemen.
Curt Schilling will have the 4, 5, and 6 hitters to deal with in the second inning. Reggie Sanders, Eric Anthony, and Eddie Taubensee. This guy right now, if the season ended, would be the National League MVP. 13 home runs, leads the league in RBIs, 15 steals. 4th in the league in hitting. Reggie Sanders is having quite a start to the season. First pitch misses upstairs, 1-0. Sanders has always been compared to Eric Davis, who was a fine center fielder for many years with Cincinnati. kind of got tired of those comparisons, but they both came up through the minor leagues as shortstops, converted to outfielders. Sanders has finally shed that label and become his own name. On the 5th, Hayes has to hurry and does one away.
Reggie Sanders can fly down the line too, but when you get jammed as badly as he just got jammed, you don't get out of the box real fast. So Charlie Hayes has a little bit of time here. I mean, he has to hustle and has to throw hard on the run, but you see he gets Sanders easily, and that's caused by the fact that he spun his wheels in that batter's box getting jammed that bad.
Charlie Hayes had that one funky Sunday afternoon where he made 3 errors. Other than that, he has been absolutely flawless in the field. No errors in any of his other 55 ball games. Here's Eric Anthony playing first base tonight. Back in the National League after a stint with the Seattle Mariners. Takes a pitch in the dirt. It's 2-0. Anthony, a former Houston Astro.
Guy is a low ball hitter, and he can launch some awesome homers. He just has never lived up to the potential that the Astros thought he would.
Big cut, fouled away. It's 2-1.
He hit one in the upper deck in Houston. I think they said he hit one in the upper deck in Cincinnati the other day. And I'll guarantee you those balls were down on the ground almost when he hit them, because that's where he likes it.
465 feet his blast in Cincinnati was measured.
Well, the Astros just got tired of waiting for him. They got Hampton for him, who's a fine little pitcher, left-handed pitcher who won that ball game today. So that was a good deal for Houston.
He was signed as a free agent by the Reds after 1 year in Seattle. Swing and a miss. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
He's Schilling with the ball up against him. And I'm sure they're going to try and stay away from anything down in that danger zone of his.
Kept going upstairs, but that was too far out of the range and inside. And the count's full on Eric Anthony. Curt Schilling has won all 3 starts after Phillies losses that he has made this year. And that is the key to the Acier staff as he blazes a fastball right down the gut. Eric Anthony apparently was looking for something else.
Yeah, he must have been looking for something else, because he freezes on this pitch. That's a fastball. Yeah, that's right there. Might as well try and flip the bat away and see if he can get it.
2 outs, nobody on. Schilling's retired the first 5, and here's Eddie Tomlinson.
Runge will call a lot of strikes too. If a pitcher shows that he will throw strikes, he's going to call them like that. He will expand the plate a little bit away and call a quick game down there if he has good pitchers working.
And Schilling has outstanding control. Only Greg Maddux in the National League has a better walks per 9 inning ratio. Maddux at 0.8 per 9 and Schilling at 1.3 per 9 innings. That's a strike. 1-2.
He Tomlinson give Runge a look, because those balls are close, and you know, he's establishing right now that he's going to call that pitch tonight, and I'm sure that Tomlinson will notice that and have his pitcher try to throw them out there.
Schilling's retired the first 6. The last 2 in this inning on strikeouts. We head to the bottom of the 2nd, still scoreless. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Philadelphia Phillies and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form without the express written consent of the Philadelphia Phillies Baseball Club. Bottom half of the 2nd inning on a gorgeous night here in Philadelphia. The Phils and the Reds scoreless, as Dave Hollins will lead things off for the Phils here in the bottom half of the 2nd. Last night, his first game back after missing 13, and it looked like Hollins was consciously more aggressive up there as a hitter. He really went up there hacking last night and was 1 for 4. Swings at the first pitch and lines it into center field for a base hit. This is something Dave has thought about during his rest and maybe decided to go up there and be more aggressive.
Well, when you go through what he went through, you have a lot of times to rethink some things. And it's possible. You know, he's not necessarily a first ball hitter. He takes a lot of pitches, gets ahead in the count. Possibly. You know, you pointed that out last night, and you could see that he is more aggressive.
So he's a leadoff runner for the Phils, the first base runner of the ball game. And here's Darren Dalton. Done with an average around 250. There you see it at 247. Tied for the team lead in home runs with 6. 31 RBIs, good for second on the team.
And Eddie Taubman, he says, well, you called it on me. Let's see if you're going to call it on the other guy. So he sets up outside. Boom, little off the plate strike. So it's going to be that way all night, it would appear.
As long as it's consistent, the players will adjust. High in the air to right center field. Reggie Sanders and Thomas Howard. It's the right fielder Sanders who makes the catch, one away.
I don't know if they saw that ball. It almost looked as if Thomas Howard didn't see it right away. And Reggie Sanders came a long way for a right fielder, because that was definitely the center fielder's ball. Sometimes at twilight like this, they can lose a ball when it goes up.
Charlie Hayes, the batter. Charlie in his last 15 games hitting .382, has that average up to .310. Leads the team with 44 RBIs.
Nitkowski is evidently not real fast to the plate and has a okay move to first. So he is a guy you can run on. Now the Phillies don't run that much anyway. But if you're inclined to do it, you might be able to do it on him. That's a pretty big leg kick.
Chased the low pitch and lost it into center field, where Thomas Howard makes the catchers 2 away. The summer movie schedule heats up right here on Prism. You'll see Oscar nominee Susan Sarandon and Batman Forever star Tommy Lee Jones in The Client, Philadelphia's Will Smith in 6 Degrees of Separation, Dan Aykroyd in My Girl 2, and Ray Liotta in the adventure No Escape. More great movies coming your way this summer on Prism. 2 outs. Hollins with a leadoff single still at first. Here's Dave Gallagher. Nitkowski with 8 starts at the Double-A level this year, while the major leaguers were still going through their spring training. He was already 4 starts into a season. Then he made 4 starts at the Triple-A level, and this is his 4th start here in the big leagues.
It looks as if he tries to use that leg as a deterrent to runners going, because he does not show much of a move to first, and he kind of dangles that leg and gets it into that area where he doesn't quite go past the rubber, and he doesn't throw that hard anyway, so it probably doesn't affect his pitches that much.
Inside corner, 1-1.
I think it's a matter of a base runner whether or not you can read that leg kick or not, and then you can run. Now see, he has a pretty high leg kick. He gets it right to the rubber and then comes forward. It's not a balk, but it's deceptive enough that it can confuse a base runner, I think.
Off the end of the bat the other way, it's 1-2 strikes to Dave Gallagher. Nitkowski made his 3 previous starts against the Pirates at home, at Houston, and his last start, which was a difficult one, at home against Atlanta, he lasted just 3 2/3 innings, allowing 10 hits and 6 earned runs.
He looks young, and he is just 22.
Turned 22 in spring training. Just a year and a few weeks removed from the June draft. He was a St. John's Red Storm pitcher last year.
He's showing me that he'll pitch inside too. He's thrown some fastballs into the left-handed and the right-handed batters.
Two and 2 the count to Gallagher. 2 outs. We're in the bottom half of the second inning of a scoreless ball game. Now the count runs full, and with 2 outs, Hollins will get a head start.
They're trying to get Eric Anthony's attention to play off, and now he moves off. So Hollins, who is a great base runner anyway, gets a little extra advantage here.
Fouled away. Hollins will have to come back and do it again. Gallagher playing right field in last night's ball game, shifting over to left field tonight. Tom Marsh getting the evening off.
Yeah, he's played all 3 outfield positions for the Phillies and done a good job for them, as Dave Gallagher. See Anthony just kind of staying there a little bit and then he'll back off.
Foul back, it's still 3-2. Holland still leads the team in runs scored despite missing 13 games. High in the air on the infield. Brett Boone will call and drifts over towards Larkin's spot, makes the catch. We head to the third, still scoreless.
Get out of the rut and into the ballpark for a midday midweek Mellon PSFS Business Person Special. Thursday, June 29th at 1:05 when the Phillies play the Cincinnati Reds. For tickets, call 463-1000.
Third inning baseball. So far, just one base runner through 2 innings. A Dave Holland's leadoff single. Curt Schilling has been strong, sending down the first 6 he has faced, including 3 strikeouts. And, you know, Schill's a little geared up for this one. Cincinnati Reds first in the Central, coming off a bad outing in St. Louis. He knows his next start will come against the second-place Braves, the team you probably have to get by to win the division. So big night for Schilling as he faces Brett Boone here to start the 3rd inning, and he is getting the plate. 0-1.
Coming off his poorest outing of the year, that game in St. Louis, and Schilling has pitched well in almost every game this year. He's had a little problem with a long ball late in the game that he's trying to stay away from.
No balls and 2 strikes to Brett Boone. Schilling is 5th in the league in innings pitched, 4th in the league in strikeouts. He's actually moved up to tied for 2nd now. With 1 more, he's in 2nd behind Hideo Nomo. You can see he's in a 3-way tie with Andy Bennis and John Smoltz. Smoltz will pitch here to start the series on Friday night. Now he's in 2nd place by himself as he strikes out his 4th of the evening, getting Boone. He has struck out 4 the first 7.
This is a good pitch from Curt Schilling, a hard fastball away from Brett Boone, and he pulled off it a little bit and then couldn't reach it. And with Runge establishing away as a strike tonight, the pitchers both look like they're very comfortable going in that direction.
Breaking ball, called strike. This is Jeff Branson hitting .333 over his last 10 ball games, .271 overall. Branson and Mark Lewis splitting duties at 3rd base. Lewis playing against some lefties, and Branson will start against the righties. 1-1 pitch is fouled back to the screen. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Happy birthday wishes to Louise Glover and Gwyneth Ray. Belated happy birthday wishes. Employees here at Veterans Stadium celebrating a birthday last night. He has struck out 4 in a row, 5 in the ball game.
That looked like a forkball that time, Todd. You know, Curt Schilling likes to use that pitch, and some nights he has a real good one. This is a split finger or forkball, whatever you want to call it. And you see it dive down and away from Branson, who he read fastball all the way on that, and the ball went way down on him.
In his first start against the Reds, Schilling pitched 3 hits, shutout baseball over 7 innings, and struck out just 4. Here he has 5 strikeouts already. We're only in the 3rd. This is a strikeout candidate, 0 for 4 lifetime with 2 strikeouts.
Happy birthday tonight to Marie Ott of Levittown, who's 70, and to Ann Smith from Percy, 75.
Ball and 2 strikes. Nitkowski's buddies were giving him a hard time when he was taking batting practice today. They were screaming, Nitkowski can't hit. He goes down looking. 5 strikeouts in a row for Curt Schilling, and he has gone through the first 9 batters in order. We head to the bottom half of the 3rd, still no score. Phillies looking to maintain their 4.5 game lead over Atlanta. To do so, they need a victory tonight because Atlanta was in action earlier today, taking on the Montreal Expos in the battle of the NL East teams. Montreal coming in 9 games behind the Phillies. Atlanta 4.5 games back. It's a nice day down in Atlanta, Georgia, Fulton County Stadium, where Kent Mercker was on the mound for the Atlanta Braves. Pedro Martinez for the Expos, and early on it was Marquise Grissom who turned on that fastball and sent it into left field into the crowd for a 1-0 Braves lead. Take it to the top of the 6th, 2-1 Expos, bases loaded. Pedro Martinez lost a sacrifice fly. Rondell White tags, and Justice's throw is late and up the line. 3-1 Expos at that point. Expos trying to get another run home. The wild pitch gets away. Mercker late covering, but he blocks off Mike Lansing and makes the tag. A nice play by the Braves starter. That kept the game at 3-1 Montreal. That would prove important as Jeff Blauser in the bottom half of the inning came through with a solo home run, his 8th on the year. It was then 3-2 Montreal. Bottom of the 9th. Mel Rojas on for a 2-inning save. He walked Fred McGriff to lead off the inning. Dave Justice at the plate. Rojas had not allowed a home run all year, but Justice turned that around with one big swing of the bat. 4-3 Braves win. Home run over the center field wall. Dave Justice wins the game, as Atlanta will have a couple of nights to think about that, as they now trail the Phillies by 4 games. Atlanta has the night off tomorrow. Obviously they have the night off today since they played this afternoon. The Phillies meanwhile with a couple of evening games between now and that series starter on Friday when the Atlanta Braves come into town. Montreal slips below the 500 mark. They're 9.5 games behind the Phils in the National League Eastern Division. In that game Friday night that will be brought to you right here on Prism, it'll be John Smoltz for Atlanta against Tyler Green for the Phils. We'll also have Saturday's game, Greg Maddux against David West. Exciting baseball throughout this homestand, a 7-game homestand. 5 of them coming your way on Prism. Reaction for both Kevin Stocker and the news that was flashed on the scoreboard that the Philadelphia 76ers got the man they hoped for. North Carolina's Jerry Stackhouse will be wearing a Sixers uniform for John Lucas, as Joe Smith and Antonio McDyess were the first 2 picks, and Philadelphia's Rasheed Wallace went right after his teammate Stackhouse. He went to the Washington Bullets with a 4th overall. Here's Kevin Stocker. He has improved his batting average from 185 to 220. Over the last 12 games, he's batting .325. 1-1 pitch, sliced the other way. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
They've had a tough time early on picking up any kind of pattern on Nitkowski, and the reason, Todd, being that he's using both sides of the plate. There's a little girl very, very happy to have that souvenir. You know, he isn't a left-hander that just shows the right-handers the ball away all the time. We start leaning out on him. It looks like he, you know, like most left-handers, he wants to get people out away. But the good ones can establish in a little bit enough to get a little more effective away, and with Runge's plate, it'll help him.
That pitch slipped a little bit. The count is full. Reds are very hopeful about this arm. C.J. Nitkowski, just 22 years of age. They've rotated their starting rotation a little bit. Tim Pugh is back in the rotation. Kevin Jarvis has been sent to the bullpen after struggling in his last few starts. Nitkowski is part of the rotation. Saw John Smiley. Jose Rio, as long as his elbow holds up, will be part of the rotation. That is the key for this man getting to the playoffs and further. It's keeping 5 healthy starters.
Davey Johnson, a very, very solid baseball guy. And when he was here, for the brief time he was in Philadelphia, he really contributed as an extra man and a good guy in the clubhouse. Davey could hit with some power, and did a great job with the Mets in 1986.
Some of those late 70s teams had the veteran deep bench that you see on this team this year. Stocker hung tough in the at-bat, but he finally goes down swinging. So Nitkowski has retired 4 straight and has 2 strikeouts. So far, an impressive first couple of innings.
That's just a fastball, and he threw it by him. I mean, he's not supposed to have any kind of overpowering fastball from the reports on him. It looks like he's a little sneaky, if anything.
Here's Curt Schilling. Grounds one to Brett Boone, playing it perfectly, 2 away.
And Brett Boone's turned into an automatic right turn for hitters.
Saturday, July the 22nd, a 7:05 game against the Cardinals. Plan to celebrate the upcoming Hall of Fame induction of Richie Ashburn. There will be a special pregame ceremony to honor one of Philadelphia's favorites. Plus, all fans will have something to remember the night by. A special print done by Hall of Fame artist Dick Perez for all fans. Compliments of Rite Aid. Sure to be a memorable night, so call 463-1000 or stop by the Vet Stadium Phillies ticket office, and Whitey couldn't be more thrilled. Is that the same shot we used last night?
No, he's got a different sweater.
Okay. 2 outs, nobody on, and here's Lenny Dykstra, who flied to left his first time up. Doesn't look like he's moved at all.
I'm checking out that monitor.
And wondering why he's on it.
See that little laughy? He knows.
Why am I on that thing? No balls and a strike to the dude. Breaking ball upstairs. It's 1-1. I guess it's still a little ways away before we see the Lenny Dykstra comfortable at the plate like he was last year.
Well, you hope you see it. You know, because of his physical condition, it's hard to say.
Back is a very tenuous area. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, his back's bothering him, and the manager has a real bad back. I mean, Fregosi is in tremendous pain right now. It's happened to him a couple times, and he's back to having a very sore back again.
Is it safe to say he won't be making any trips out to the mound?
He's looking for a CG.
Deep to right field, but not deep enough. Reggie Sanders waits, squeezes, and that'll do it for the Phillies. So a 1-2-3 inning for C.J. Nitkowski. Gary Maddox will join Chris Wheeler in the fourth. No score.
Excellent pitching here at Veterans Stadium. Not only one hit in the ballgame, that by the Phillies, and by Dave Hollins on the first pitch he saw in the second inning. Gary Maddox joins us. And it looks a little bit like Paul Runge right out of the chute. So, we're going to have a little bit bigger plate here tonight. Swing the bat, guys, and the pitchers are taking advantage of it.
As usual, you were right on top of that, and that's exactly right. I think this is the earliest I've been on since I've been doing these games. He has his wide in the strike zone, so the guys are going up there. They know that now, and they're hacking.
Curt Schilling has only struck out 6 thus far through the first 9, and he struck out 6 of the last 7 batters he's faced, including the side in the third inning. So 9 up and 9 down to the top of the fourth, and Barry Larkin in the leadoff spot tonight, followed by Thomas Howard and then to Ron Gant. And there's strike 1 call.
Well, I tell you, very rarely do you see a power pitcher like Curt Schilling with that kind of control. I mean, he can put the ball right where he wants it.
Goes back out there with a slider and misses. 1-1. Schilling with a fastball, breaking ball, forkball. Throwing a lot of fastballs for strikes tonight. Fastball hit on the end of the bat to Duncan. Barry Larkin out, and that might be an example, Gary, what we're talking about, where the balls are maybe a little bit away, but they're protecting and they're going to swing at those pitches.
Especially if he gets, you don't want to get too far behind a guy like Curt. So now he starts you off with strike 1, which is pretty much what he does every time, and then he's going to get you to swing at a ball that's just out of the strike zone, or at least the pitcher's pitch.
Right. I mean, that could have been a strike, but it would have been right on the outside corner.
Right, and a very tough pitch to handle.
Barry Larkin not happy with that at bat as he's grounded to Duncan twice. First time up he hit it hard to Mariano, that time off the end of the bat. Thomas Howard grounded out to Stocker his first time up.
I mean, we saw Barry Larkin sitting there. It's amazing how angry you can get after one at bat. I mean, you're going to get how many at bats over the course of a season, but you can get as angry as you can after one bat if you don't go up there and accomplish what you try to do at the plate.
Seems funny to see Schilling 2-0 on somebody, and that's where he is on Howard with Gant waiting on deck. 0-0. We are in the fourth inning already. Fastball high and outside, ball 3, 3-0. Schilling with just 12 walks on the year, and now with 82 strikeouts. Right down the middle for a strike. 3 balls and 1 strike on the switch hitter Thomas Howard. Also played for Cleveland, San Diego. Swing and a miss, 3-2.
I mean, 3-1, challenged him with the fastball. He didn't challenge him right down the middle. He got the outside part of the play on that.
Line drive base hit Got that one up and out over the plate, and Thomas Howard is the first base runner tonight for the Cincinnati Reds, and that's the first ball that's been hit to the outfield.
Well, that's a good piece of base hitting right there, because you'll see the pitch, and he's very tough upstairs, but you see the ball up and away, and he doesn't try and do too much with it. A bad pitch, but he just goes to left field, just lays it in there.
That's Dave Gallagher out in left field for the Phillies tonight. So Thomas Howard on. Not necessarily a base stealing threat, even though the Reds lead the league in steals. He's stolen one base in one attempt. Gant takes it outside. He struck out his first time up. Gant was one of those Atlanta Braves when Schilling pitched that playoff game here, League Championship Series game number 1, when he struck out the first 5 batters, and Gant was one of them. Popped him up, got in on him. Duncan. 2 outs.
Well, he got in on him, and watch this, Chris. Watch what Gant does just so he can get to this pitch. He almost moves back and then swings at the inside pitch there. Good pitch by Curt Schilling, but watch what Gant does with his body so he can get the bat through there. See, he has to open up just so he can bring his hands through, and it's just tough to get base hits that way.
I think he just fired a helmet. These guys don't want to think they can make it out tonight, huh?
Well, I think Gant especially, he had him 1-0. You know, you're not going to get ahead of him very often. And you get him there, you think you're going to get a good pitch to hit, and boom, there's movement on it. It just crowds you on the inside.
Here's hot-hitting Reggie Sanders. Good move by Schilling, and Hollins missed the ball. Howard will go to second. He's going to keep on going. Here's the throw to third, and it's backed up, maybe. Gallagher can't get it, and he's going to score. Unbelievable. Well, you can see that coming because Schilling was a little late getting over there, and that's going to be an error on Hollins to begin with. Maybe 2.
Then a throwing error on Hollins as well. But, you know, Curt Schilling throws a heavy ball, Chris, and that ball got to Hollins a lot quicker than expected, and it was a lot heavier. It just kind of went through his glove. You'll see a quick, hard throw, and you just see it eats him up. He goes chasing it down the line. And Howard just keeps going. They had a good shot at him at third base, a strong throw, accurate throw would have had him.
Yeah, they'll give him 2 errors. And you see Schilling was a little late getting over there, and then Gallagher came in to try and back up, and he fell.
Right. Schilling thought, he didn't think that Howard was going to go to third base, so that's why he was late getting over there. Then when he finally did get there, the angle that he had to be at, he just couldn't, he didn't have time to get all the way over.
Well, that's really a shame. I mean, that's a double error and a real cheap run the Phillies give up there. Count, meanwhile, on Sanders is 0-1. And strike 2 called, 0-2. The ball hit the cutout, too, on Charlie Hayes when he went to backhand it. So he wasn't able to control it. He was trying to catch and come down with a quick tag.
Yeah, the throw was way off to Charlie's right, so he tried to, you know, reach back for it.
Struck him out. Strange inning. 1 run, 1 hit, 2 errors, and nobody left on base. Reds pick up an unearned run, 1-0.
Phillies baseball is brought to you by Bud Light. If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light. Bell Atlantic Mobile. The mobile phone is only as good as the system it's on. Choose Bell Atlantic Mobile. Your Quality Plus Ford dealers, home of 5 of the top 10 selling cars and trucks. And by your Nationwide insurance dealers. Your nationwide representative in Newtown is Paul Wayner.
An unearned run on the board for the Cincinnati Reds in the top of the 4th inning. Phillies bat in the bottom of the 4th. And there you see the totals. Great pitching so far by both Schilling and Nitkowski. Reds have had 1 base runner, and he scored. Duncan takes it low, ball 1. He struck out on a high fastball his first time up. Duncan, Eisenreich, and Hollins here in the 4th inning to face the rookie left-hander. Outside 2-0.
Nitkowski's new to the league, but you can tell right away just from his delivery he's a dart thrower. And look at his follow through. Look how nice and easy his whole follow through is, and he stands there in perfect form, not overexerting himself, doesn't fall to the right like most left-handers will do.
What's a dart thrower?
It's a guy that's going to just try and go for the corners. It keeps you off balance, in, out, up, down, not overpowering.
3 balls and no strikes to Duncan. Could it be? Strike. He still has not walked yet this year.
Right. A dart thrower can throw the ball. That's the one thing he can do is throw strikes. Doesn't have a whole lot on it. Doesn't try and overthrow it, so he can get the ball just about where he wants it.
Up the middle and through for a base hit. Mariano Duncan. They keep kidding about it that some night he's going to walk, but that time he looked like he swung at ball 4 and still got a hit.
Well, see, that's the dart thrower's ultimate nightmare is when he has to throw a strike. You know, he usually stays ahead in the count, but now he's behind 3-1. Look, he has to come fat to Duncan right down the middle. Duncan could have done anything with that ball, but he just tried to hit it right back up the middle, and that's exactly what he did for a base hit.
Mariano Duncan, the former Cincinnati Red, with that hard single up the middle. Second hit for the Phillies. Here's Eisenreich. Ground ball hit hard at Larkin. They'll go for 2. Quick pivot by Brett Boone, but not in time. Not necessarily a double play ball.
Well, it was hit pretty hard. Eisenreich got out of there pretty good. But Larkin, he was kind of tied up a little bit. Gave ground a little bit and then got a throw over there late to Boone, and he couldn't. The timing just wasn't there.
Yeah, that ball, either he backed up or it made him back up. So Eisenreich safe on the fielder's choice, and Hollins the batter, who singled to center his first time up. Nice play, Brett Boone. Wow. Safe at first will be Hollins as Boone robbed him of a base hit, and they almost got a double play.
Yeah, Hollins got down the line very well there. Boone going far to his left, turns and fires. Low throw to Larkin, and he does a good job to hold on to it. Here it is. Low slider. Hollins tries to go the other way. Look at Boone go there. Starts a double play, but it's low. Larkin, a good play to still try and throw it. Just kind of draws Anthony off the bag. You know, I think Anthony was pretty much expecting it to be at a certain place, and when it wasn't, he had to stretch it to the last second. I think he should have had that ball.
So Hollins on the fielder's choice. 2 outs for Dalton, who hit a fly ball to right his first time up. Right fielder Reggie Sanders is playing him extremely deep. As a dead pull hitter in right field. Look where the right fielder is. And also Boone, of course, with 2 outs, can afford to play back there.
Well, when you see those highlight films, you see guys go up over the walls. That's where they start from, right there.
Yeah, they get the 12-foot walls here at the vet, so if you're going to catch them here, you're going to be splattered up against them.
Well, see, the thing is, by playing that deep, you got all day just to turn around, put your foot up on the padding, and climb the wall. But most of the balls are going to be hit in front of you. I know with 2 outs, that's the reason he's back there, but I think that's a little too deep.
Right at Anthony. Steps on the bag. Phillies are gone in the 4th. No runs. They pick up a hit, no errors, and leave 1. 1-0 Reds through 4.
Here's a double error by Dave Hollins that led to Cincinnati's run. You'll see the pickoff from Schilling almost just gets there too quickly for Hollins. He's late, and then the race is on. Hollins goes after, but Lewis has taken off. Howard has taken off around the bases there. You'll see Hollins pick the ball up, and look at this throw. It's going to be wide to Charlie Hayes over there. He tries to catch it and make the throw. It just eats him up. And then it looks like they would have had the runner hold at third, except for Gallagher goes down. And then he's able to just walk home.
Fly ball to left field off the bat of Eric Anthony. Dave Gallagher makes the play. Yeah, that's one of those ones, unfortunately, that they'll show on all those blooper reels with guys falling down all over the place.
Yeah, just back from stay on the DL. Hollins is having some problems tonight. I mean, it was his hustle going after that ball that even allowed him to have a shot at third base to make 2 errors.
Exactly. And then, you know, and you said it, and we both said it, that Charlie Hayes reached to try and catch it and the tag at the same time, and that's when it got away. Here's the ball to left again, and Gallagher. Boy, oh boy, is this game flying. 2 down. 2 shots at fireworks Monday, July 3rd with Atlanta at 6:05, and then the Cubs will be here on Friday, July 7th, 7:35. Plenty of tickets remain for those fireworks games, so if you've never seen one of those displays down here, it's the best in the area. Call 215-463-1000. Those fireworks are put to music, compliments of Mellon PSFS. 1-0 Cincinnati in the 5th. Brett Boone, a strikeout victim. 2 outs, nobody on base on a couple of fly balls to Gallagher.
Ooh.
There's another reason why this game is flying.
That ball's way outside there. That's a tough pitch to hit. That's 2 balls that have been away. Now watch him try and just come inside to Boone. Didn't get it there.
Tried to and didn't get it there. Right. Back through the middle, base hit. The idea was to do just what Gary said, only left it out over the plate, and Brett gets a base hit to center field.
Watch the ball down a little bit in, but Boone's able to go down there and get it, just take it right back up the middle. You could see Stocker was cheating more towards the hole because he knew they were coming inside on that pitch, or at least trying to.
Jeff Branson, the batter. He is the third baseman tonight. Left-handed batter with a pronounced open stance. Struck out his first time up. And this pitch sails high and inside, ball 1. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for the Reds. No runs, 2 hits, 2 errors for the Phillies here in the 5th inning, game 2 of this 3-game series, with the Central Division leading Cincinnati Reds at 35-21. One ball, 1 strike on Branson. Curt Schilling at 60 pitches, excellent ratio as usual. Foul tip held on to by Dalton, 1-2. Branson playing third base tonight. Last night it was Lewis who played third base. Mark Lewis, a right-handed hitter, playing against the left-hander Mims. So the left-handed hitting Branson out there tonight. 1-2. That's too far outside. 2-2. Curt Schilling, who's 28 years of age, 6'4", 225-pounder. Coming into the ball game 5-2 with a 3.58 earned run average. Brett Boone, who grew up in this ballpark, leads off first. Branson hits it hard in the hole to left, a base hit. But Branson does his job as the 8-hole hitter. He gets the pitcher out of the way. 2 on and 2 outs, and that'll bring up Nitkowski. Back-to-back singles by the Reds. They now have 3 hits. Nitkowski 0 for 1 tonight, struck out. He is 0 for 5 on the season with 3 strikeouts.
You can tell this is going to be good morning, good afternoon, and good night.
That's what it was first time up. Nitkowski pitching a shutout at this point. Schilling giving up 1 unearned run, 1-0 ball game. 1-1. Runge very deliberate. He umpires down there on that one knee.
Yeah, it takes about 5 seconds to make the call.
Then he'll give you, that's 2. He gives you that hand comes out first, and then he goes 1 or 2.
I got kicked out of 1 minor league game and 1 major league game in my life. Runge got me in the minors.
Did he really?
Yeah, he sure did.
Did you deserve it?
Heck no.
Outside, 2-2. Who got you in the big leagues?
Terry Tata.
Terry Tata.
There's Runge. I got kicked. He kicked me out of the game, and the next day I was in the big leagues. Shortly after that, he was in there. He was right up there with me.
He was looking for you.
I never had to pay the fine, so he never reported me.
2-2. Struck him out. That'll do it for the Reds. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 men left on base. Phil's bat in the bottom of the 5th. 1-0 Reds. Baseball cap day when the St. Louis Cardinals are in town on Sunday, July the 23rd. This is a sharp new item for all fans 14 and under. A super soft baseball cap, black with a hot branded logo on the front. Compliments of Canex. That's Connex, right? Connex. Make sure you don't miss out on a great item. That's compliments of Connex. Look at these guys out here. They're just taking their time between innings. This game's moving right along for them. And it's time to go back to work, fellas. Hey, call 463-1000 or stop by any one of the many local Ticketmaster outlets. That's baseball cap, Sunday, July 23rd, 1:35. Phillies and the Cardinals. Compliments of Connex.
connects. You sure of that?
That's it.
Maybe we get one of those English majors too.
Sure as I can be after getting nailed with a drop-in cold for the first time. Charlie Hayes takes a changeup outside, ball one. He flied out to center his first time out. Up, it'll be Hayes, Gallagher, Stocker, and then Schilling. Swing and a miss by Hayes. Looks like these guys are a little bit anxious against this left-hander too, who, as you say, is a little bit of a dart thrower.
He is. He's definitely keeping them off balance, choosing the spots and the location to throw that fastball. See there, he kind of turns that over a little bit after coming with the fastball. That ball looked like it never gets there.
Yeah, that's his changeup. It's 1-2. Nitkowski so far has given up 2 singles, one to Hollins and one to Duncan, and that's it. Reds have 3 hits and an unearned run. Tries it again and misses outside. 2-2. You almost have to think away on that pitch and hit it to right field.
Reminds me of Shane Raleigh for some reason. You know, I don't know why. That's what I thought. Shane Raleigh.
Struck him out. There was a fastball after all those changeups, and Charlie turns to Runge and wants to know if it was a strike.
You know, he swings over it, but it's not right down the middle. It's in a little bit. Watch it. He change-ups away, fastball away, and then he comes inside, and you see Charlie swing, boom, right through it, it looks like. Look at his head. Got to be looking at that ball.
Gallagher hit a pop-up to second his first time up. Breaking ball gets it over, so he's showing breaking ball and changeup along with a fastball that he spotted well tonight and kept down in the strike zone.
His breaking ball comes into the right-handers. His changeup just kind of fades away from him a little bit, so you can't commit either way. That's what I mean by keeping you off balance. He'll get you looking one way and throw the other pitch.
Throws in a pretty good downward plane too, because the ball stays down.
Look at that. I mean, he never got the bat off his shoulder because that's not what he was looking for.
Again, it was a fastball right down the middle.
That's right.
Nitkowski doing well on his pitch total, only 53 to this point in the 5th inning.
But you'll see Gallagher now with 2 strikes, shorten up a little bit and try and put the ball in play.
Goes away and misses. 2-2. We are in the bottom of the 5th. You see it's 1-0 Reds. Two to Gallagher. Fouled back. He had a good rip at that one.
He
right
did.
Back at Taubensee.
Tried to do the same thing with Gallagher that he did with Hayes, except that ball was right down the middle.
Eddie Taubensee used to be with the Houston Astros, now over here with Cincinnati. Benito Santiago started out as the catcher for the Reds this year, but he's on the shelf. Hard shot right at the third baseman, Branson. Throws him out, 2 down. That's one of the harder balls the Phillies have hit tonight. Friday night at 10:30, singer-songwriter London Wainwright III hosts 30 minutes of musical fun on London and Company. It's a new edition of a great music show imported directly from Great Britain for your entertainment pleasure this Friday night, only on Prism. Loudon and Company, LTD. Be sure and tune in for that. Stocker, fly ball to center on the first pitch, and another rapid 1-2-3 inning for C.J. Nitkowski. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. We are through 5 already. 1-0 Reds. Good ball game, rapidly played. Top of the 6th inning coming up. Reds leading at 1-0 gives us a chance to say happy birthday tonight to Kay Miller in Palermo, New Jersey. She is the wife of our former accounting department employee here at the ballpark, Ross Miller, who was at the Phillies for a long, long time. In fact, he was even here back in the days when Gary Maddox was a player.
Great, Chris. I don't understand it tonight. See, Larry Rosen takes off, and everybody seems to be coming down pretty hard on me.
There you see Schilling. Well, that is just outstanding. Only 3 walks, along with 37 strikeouts in 33 1/3 innings. That's great control, Gary.
That is, and that's great power pitching as well. Those 37 strikeouts. I mean, when you go up against the team and you find out who's pitching, that's the first thing you check is how many does he strike out, because you say, well, if he strikes out a lot, I'm going to have trouble putting the ball in play off this guy. But If he doesn't, maybe I'll feel a little bit more comfortable. But
8 of them tonight for Schilling for a total of 84, second in the league to that Hideo Nomo, who's been tearing up the league for the Dodgers. Top of the order, and Barry Larkin.
Nitkowski, geez, they're going after the first pitch. They're not going to let Runge make that call.
He did set the tempo for this baby.
He sure did.
An umpire can do that, and he did it right out of the chute. Well, tomorrow at 1:05, the Cincinnati Reds and Phillies will end the series, and it's the third of 5 midday, midweek business person special compliments of Mellon PSFS. Come on out. Supposed to be a good day. Game time will be 1:05. Thomas Howard, and he has been the ball game so far. He grounded out, then he singled and scored on the double error. And that's been it so far. Dave Hollins was the player charged with that double error.
Yeah,
He'd like nothing more than to atone for that later on.
You're talking about how tough Schilling is. I mean,
wow. That's a P on one hop. He's hit 2 balls to left now, and hard has Thomas Howard.
He has. I mean, 3 of the 4 hits have gone to left field. 2 by Howard, 1 by Boone was up the middle, and here it is. You're going to see right here, fastball again up. Not try to do too much with it. I was about to say, Chris, when you face a guy like Curt Schilling, you're saying, boy, I'm in for a rough day. Now you face a guy like Nitkowski, you're saying, this guy has good stuff, but I'm going to feel comfortable going up there. I think I'll take my chances and I'll get my knocks.
Gant 0 for 2, struck out, popped up so far. And he rips at the first pitch and fouls it off.
The guy establishes that he's throwing strikes. Why get yourself in the hole?
And Gant was upset with himself last time when he got jammed and popped up.
You'll hear good hitters say, well, each at bat you're going to get that pitch that you can drive somewhere and hit hard, and that had to be it for Gant.
You go along with that theory that you hear sometimes that you're going to get 1 pitch to hit in most at bats?
I just said that.
No, well, I mean, you believe that, though.
I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, because I mean, I've heard that too, what you just said, and I've always wondered, really?
Yeah, all I knew is I was going up there hacking.
Because sometimes guys are dealing and you're not going to get that 1 pitch. 2 and 1.
But you're thinking that he's going to have to throw you strikes.
Yeah.
If you make him throw you strikes, there's the ball in the strike zone are, good pitches to hit.
Well, that means he's getting ahead of hitters, or else, and also that they're swinging at that first pitch. 2 and 1 to Gant. Right on top of that plate with that new open stance he's employing. Popped him up again. Foul first base side, carrying towards the crowd. Hollins and Dalton over, and it'll hit on the dugout and go out of play. Right on top of the Phillies dugout.
I tell you what makes Curt Schilling so tough, amongst other things besides having a great arm, is he falls towards first base and gets a lot of movement on his pitches. When he falls towards first base, you'll see him, the ball will run into hitters, or he'll cut it and it'll go away. But you watch his follow through, he just eats hitters up. We thought we had a shot of his follow through there.
And according to Johnny Padres, he has close to perfect mechanics.
I mean, sometimes you'll see his follow through, it'll be straight, he'll be facing the batter. Sometimes he'll fall either way depending on what he's trying to do with the ball.
Jammed him again, shallow left field. Stocker says he has it, and does, in fair territory. 2 outs. It looks like the right-hander tonight, Schilling, wants to get the ball in on Ron Gant.
Yeah, well, see, the thing is, when you're up there hitting, you say, well, doesn't he know he's going to throw the ball inside? Well, it looks like it's straight, and then look at it run in there. By the time you get ready to swing the bat, the ball's inside on you, and you really have to bring your hands in and just trying to wave the bat through the strike zone. No power at all when you do it that way.
Reggie Sanders, the batter. He's grounded to short and struck out. 0 for 2 is Sanders, batting at .327. Sanders looks like he has a very quick bat.
He does. And you'll see right there, Darren Dalton wanted that ball inside so that he could tie him up, and he got the ball away and up a little bit. And you see the difference. A swing a guy will put on the ball if you can get his arms extended.
Schilling and Dalton look like they're having a little trouble getting together on a pitch, so time is called for one of the few times tonight. No balls and 1 strike.
I think that was Howard that they thought he might be ready to go. You saw Darren Dalton out of his crouch, stand up, and then go back down.
Howard, as we mentioned, has 1 stolen base in 1 attempt this year.
I know they're concerned about him down there.
Yeah, early in the count, you wouldn't think he'd go either with maybe their best hitter up at home plate and a guy who doesn't steal bases.
Well, this is the time, though, 0-2, where you'll see managers send the runner. In a way, you want to give, if he's thrown out, you're going to give Sanders a new count to hit with where he might have a chance of getting ahead. So
you played, there's Davey Johnson. You played for a manager who did that a lot, Danny Ozark. Howard with a decent lead. He goes, and it's strike 3 called. Ron Gant is out of there, or Sanders is out of there, and that'll do it in the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. And 1 man left on base. Curt Schilling pitching great baseball, but still trailing 1-0. And we're going to stay right here and give you the Major League scoreboard, complete with some highlights from the Detroit-New York Yankee game today. Yankees had won 6 in a row as Buck Showalter has a little phone conversation. Top of the 2nd, a couple men on base. John Flaherty knocks in 2. And the Detroit Tigers, who are in 2nd place in the American League East, lead 2-0. 2 batters later, here's Chad Curtis with a base hit. Now it's 3-0 Detroit. Then Lou Whitaker with a sacrifice fly. 4-0. Travis Fryman a base hit. Chad Curtis will score on this one, and the Tigers build up a 5-0 lead. And Buck Showalter not happy with that so far. Top of the 3rd inning, Tigers leading 5-0. This guy's from Philadelphia, Bob Higginson, big Temple University star. He crushes one into the upper deck, and the Tigers will go on to win that one by a score of 8-4 and end the Yankees' 6-game winning streak. Bob Higginson, 9 homers on the year. Congratulations to him. Jack McDowell rocked around in that one. Chicago 4, Minnesota 3, a final earlier. Jason Beret won that one, and Rob Dibble his first save for the White Sox. Baltimore 4, Milwaukee 2. Mike Mussina now is 1-7. Harold Baines hit number 8. Cleveland 5, Kansas City 2 behind Charles Nagy. Jose Mesa 19 saves on the year. Thome and Murray hit home runs. Toronto 2, Boston 1. They're in the 5th. California over Texas 2-0 in the 1st. Later on, Oakland at Seattle. National League, Atlanta with a 2-run home run from David Justice wins late. Chicago pounds the Pirates. Houston big over St. Louis. San Francisco ends their losing streak. They win 2-1 today at Candlestick behind Sean Barton. Florida 3, New York 1. Kurt Abbott has a 2-run homer in that. San Diego, LA later on. That's the Major League scoreboard as the Reds lead the Phillies 1-0. A nice hand for Curt Schilling leading it off for the Phils here in the 6th. Schilling, Dykstra, and Duncan. Schilling grounded out his first time up.
Look at Schilling smiling, and you know why? Because that ball looked like it was a little bit inside. A little hard gas inside, and he kind of smiled at the rookie.
High 2-0. Nitkowski has not walked a batter, and he has struck out 3. Schilling has 9 strikeouts in this game. There's a strike called. 2-1. 1-4-0 Cincinnati. 0-2-2.
Gotta like Nitkowski's composure, Chris.
There's a little loop for Gary and a base hit to right for Schilling.
Again, I mean, if you take a guy that doesn't throw very hard, that gets behind in the count and has to come with a fastball, pitchers can hit him as well. So getting behind 2-0 was a big mistake for Nitkowski. But I said I liked his composure because he comes back and throws strikes again. Schilling a good piece of hitting there.
Tell you, to me, the most impressive thing about him, besides moving into that, he's down with everything.
Yeah, he sure is.
He has not thrown a pitch really up in the strike zone where he's going to get hurt. Schilling with his 5th hit of the year and the 30th of his career. Here's Lenny Dykstra. 0 for 2. He has hit 2 fly balls, 1 to left and 1 to right.
Lenny, after his last bat, kind of grimaced. He thought he had a pitch he could have hit out. He was ahead 2-1, got a fastball that he was all over, just missed it.
Now he's flied out to all 3 outfielders. He went first ball, fastball swinging there, and flies out to the center fielder Thomas Howard, 1 away.
See, that's where your last at bat can hurt you, because he thought he had his number and he knew he was going to get a pitch he thought he could handle on the first pitch. It was up a little bit and out of the strike zone, plus it kind of gets in on him, and you'll see him do what a lot of home run hitters do, that to bring their hands in. He got nothing on that ball.
Is that comfort level you're talking about?
Yeah, you know, especially after you just missed him and you think you're sitting right on him, you got him figured out, and you go after a pitch out of the strike zone.
This is the 3rd inning out of 6 that the Phillies have had their leadoff man on, but they have not gotten a runner to second base yet. Duncan, check, swing, roller. Nice play by Anthony. Back to first, safe, because Nitkowski was not on the bag. So they get that first man on, and then nothing happens so far tonight.
Duncan just fooled. He tries to hold up his bat and checks his swing. Anthony got over there. They make sure they get the first out at second base. But Nitkowski, he never gets back. I don't think they'd have had Duncan anyway, but he never got over there in time to cover. It was such a slow roller that I doubt if they would have got Duncan.
Here's Eisenreich 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice. Quick move over to first. Mariano Duncan back in time. 2 outs, and Duncan the Phillies base runner here in the bottom of the 6th. 1-0 Reds. Outside with a breaking ball, 1-0. On deck is Dave Hollins, who has one of the Phillies' 3 hits, all singles. There is Duncan. And Nitkowski almost handcuffed Anthony.
Right. I think Schilling handcuffed Hollins when Hollins made that error, and I think Nitkowski just about got Anthony over there. That's a good pitch.
And down, 1-1 to Eisenreich.
See, left-handers, they very rarely do the left-handers have exceptional moves at first base. I mean, they're naturally tough to steal at because you're looking at them right there on the base. But, you know, they're good at holding you on, but not at picking you off.
Fouled away off the end of the bat, 1-2. Yeah, what they do a lot of times is use that front leg to hold runners on.
Right, they're very good at holding runners on, but, you know, very rarely do you see them pick. Not many guys have good pickoff moves.
So Nitkowski is ahead of Jim Eisenreich. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Mariano Duncan, a 2-out base runner at first.
This is not a bad time for Duncan to go.
Ooh, he hit him. And Nitkowski slaps himself on the leg with his glove because he sure didn't want to do that.
No, it's the first runner to get in the scoring position for the Phillies, but you really put yourself in a position where a base hit will tie the game up. Ahead 1-2 in the count. You can't be afraid to pitch inside, but this ball does get away from him. You can see he's angry. There it is, Eisenreich. Ooh, he'll take that one in. Hit him on his belt buckle. And you got to think there's something in that delivery for Eisenreich to get hit in that location to stay in there. He must have been deceived somehow to stay in there that long. A pitch inside like that, you don't turn towards it like he did.
Hollins singled up the middle, then grounded into a fielder's choice on a fine play by Brett Boone.
Hollins a chance for a redeemer here.
Boone was trying to call timeout. Well, the pitch was over for a strike. He had his hand up in the air. Whatever it was, now everything's all right. There's Jerry Lane, the second base umpire. There's the 0-1 pitch on the way now to Dave Hollins. Inside, 1-1. Phillies, as Gary said, the first runner in scoring position tonight is Mariano Duncan. There he is at second. And Eisenreich on at first. Fouls it off, 1-2. Looks as if Brett Boone has a responsibility to try and move in and keep Duncan a little bit closer because they're playing him to pull Hollins, and now with 2 strikes, Boone has moved way back and towards second.
Right, they are throwing Hollins breaking balls in and fastballs in.
pop a foul out of play behind the plate, and the count's still 1-2. Dave Holland's just off the disabled list yesterday. Got a base hit in the game last night, one tonight.
I mean, let's talk again about this kid's composure. I mean, a guy like Dave Holland you're facing in your first game, guy has some power, can hit the ball out of the ballpark, yet he still pitches them inside, realizing that if you make a mistake in there, the ball's out of the ballpark.
Fouled away hard to right field, now to play. That shot we just had was of Don Gullen, pitching coach for the Cincinnati Reds, and he was a power pitcher.
Definitely. Could rear back and throw seeds. Not much else. Didn't need much else either, did he?
Well, he could fire.
Left-hander, folks.
He was the opening pitcher here at Veterans Stadium in '76 in the playoffs, in the game that the Reds won. Here we go again, 1-2. Inside corner, strike 3 called, struck him out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We'll see Gary in the Braves series, 1-0 Reds. Here's a good job by C.J. Nitkowski with 2 strikes on Hollins, going away from him and now back inside with a fastball in the inside corner. Perfect pitch and a strike 3 called, so the young left-hander gets out of it. He has not been in many jams tonight. That was the biggest one he had been in. And there he is, 22 years of age and pitching an excellent ball game here tonight, as is Curt Schilling. It's 1-0, an unearned run on the board for the Reds. We're going to the 7th inning, and back for play-by-play. Here's Todd.
Thank you very much, Chris. It'll be Eric Anthony, Eddie Tomlinson, and Brett Boone for Cincinnati. Good ball game. It should be scoreless still. The Reds with an unearned run in the 4th inning, the only tally in this one. C.J. Nitkowski has been very impressive. The young 22-year-old left-hander pitching in front of his parents tonight. He has done a fine job. Eric Anthony has struck out and flied to left, and Schilling starts him off with a fastball for a called strike, 0-1. Curt Schilling has been almost equal to Nitkowski in that he has pitched very fine baseball. He's not allowed an earned run, but the 1 unearned run in the 4th has really cost Curt. He's only allowed 4 hits, has not walked a batter, and he's struck out 9. Two and 1 the count to Anthony. Phils thought they had a strike on that pitch. Count evens up 2-2. Misses down low. The count's full on Eric Anthony. In the air, foul. Right-hander Tim Pugh has begun to warm up in the Cincinnati bullpen. Nitkowski thus far must have a low pitch count as you take a look at the right-hander Pugh. He's allowed 3 hits, no walks, and he's hit a batter. Into center field, Dykstra makes the snare on the line drive, 1 away here in the 7th. And he wants to see that one on the scoreboard again. Homestand is still going on tomorrow through Monday, the 3rd of July. Some outstanding teams in town. The Reds tomorrow, business person special. Braves Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. 6:05 Monday. It's also Mellon PSFS fireworks night following the ball game. So make sure you call 463-1000 or stop by the Center City ticket location at Mellon PSFS at Broad and Chestnut Street. Some great baseball in this homestand. You knew Curt Schilling was going to be geared up for this one. You did not know the wild card rookie C.J. Nitkowski would be equal to the task. Nitkowski leading 1-0 as we play here in the top of the 7th. Quite an exciting night for him. He was born up in Suffern, New York. Line drive left field, Gallagher on. So 2 line drives. Curt Schilling kind of gives that knowing look to Darren Dalton like, I've got away with a couple in this inning.
See Darren Dalton making that motion to him. It looked as if Schilling knew that he got a ball up that time and got away with it. Good play by Gallagher.
Brett Boone has one of the Reds' 4 hits as he fouls one away, and off the facing the press box, 0-1. Boone had been struggling heading into Philadelphia. He was 1 for 28. Took some extra hitting yesterday. Had a couple of hits, including his first ever home run here at the Vet. And tonight he's 1 for 2. In the air foul, 0-2. Brett had a couple of outside pitches called strikes on him his first 2 times up, so he's been up there hacking in this at bat.
Well, if there was ever a game where a home plate umpire set the tempo, it's tonight. And look at it, and it's flying along because Runge's calling so many strikes and the hitters are swinging.
Ground ball at Hayes. Few hard hit balls, but a 1-2-3 inning for Curt Schilling. It's 7th inning stretch time in a hurry. Phillies trail 1-0. Hey kids, Prism and the Phillies want you to be the Fanatics pal. You can spend an inning as the big green guy's buddy at the Phillies Cardinals game on Sunday, July 23rd. All you have to do to enter is send a postcard to the address on your screen, and be sure to watch Prism for more details on the Fanatics Pal contest. Please include the name of the parent and the child's age, address, date, time, phone number, and the entry deadline is July the 18th. So make sure you get those postcards in now. Phillies looking for some offense against this 22-year-old left-hander, C.J. Nitkowski. And he hits Darren Dalton, and he slams his glove on his leg.
He hit him right in the batting helmet.
On a breaking ball.
Yeah, on a breaking ball, right.
Fans are reacting, but yeah, there's no way.
Yeah, Dutch knows exactly what happened. Now there goes Davey Johnson to his lineup card, and they're getting the bullpen up because this left-hander's done a good job. Here he starts him with a curveball, and Dutch tries to get out of the way, and bonk, right on the batting helmet. And then you see Nitkowski, after he hit both batters, he slams his glove on his leg. There it goes. Darren's thinking, where'd that ball go?
Oh, the Phils will try and start a rally any which way against this young guy, as you see Pugh back up and loosening. Phils have had just 1 runner in scoring position. That came with 2 outs in the last inning. Charlie Hayes has flied to center and struck out. And a balk. Now they get another runner into scoring position. How about that? A hit batsman on the first pitch of the inning and a balk before the second pitch of the inning. That is an unusual way to get a rally started.
Yeah, it's a young pitcher, and maybe he's a little bit shook up. They're having trouble getting together on the pitches, and he hesitates just a little bit there, gives a little flinch, and Runge called it right away.
This guy ran into a tough customer in the other dugout in Curt Schilling. He has had to been near perfect tonight.
Charlie Hayes had a perfect pitch to hit the other way, and he just couldn't get it in play. You saw him wait, and try to hit it to right field and fouled it off.
Scrutinized by the manager and pitching coach.
Good pitch. Yeah, this guy has done a tremendous job tonight. He's trying to make the ball have to be inside, make it harder to hit the other way, and he hits that inside corner. Oh, yes, Reggie Sanders deep.
Against everybody.
Yeah.
Sanders plays so deep and right.
Maybe because it's 1-0. I don't know. It's a 1-run game. He's trying to prevent it against an extra base hit. Boy, is he deep. Look at that.
He lives out there. You don't see him much closer than that too often. 1-2 the count to Hayes. Nitkowski just missed with a breaking ball. Ooh. Just misses again. He's making some quality pitches. This guy may be learning a thing or two about his major league career tonight. He has not ever won a major league game, but this is his 4th big league start and his finest to this point.
A couple of Phillies original minor leaguers warming up right now as you look at Davey Johnson. That's Mike Jackson, the right-hander, and Chuck McElroy, the left-hander. You said Pugh was up, which he was, but then we said earlier that he was in the rotation. He was probably just throwing between starts or for his next start, and they got him out of there.
Hard hit, line drive, speared by Boone, double play.
Wow.
Unbelievable play by Brett Boone, and the Phils now have 2 outs and nobody on.
Boy, he is playing up a storm at second base and does it. Oh, what a play that was. You know, Darren Dalton can't get doubled off on that play, but there's no way he thinks he's going to catch this. Look at this play by Boone. And now he rolls over, makes a perfect throw to Larkin. Boy, that can take the heart right out of you. See Dalton like, oh no, he caught it. Too late. What a play. See how deep he was playing too, with not having to worry about any kind of a force play.
Brett Boone has not made an error since July of last year, and he just made the defensive play of the series thus far. 2 outs, nobody on. Here's Dave Gallagher, who's popped up and grounded out.
And Charlie Hayes did exactly what he wanted to do there, and that was to hit a ball to the right side.
C.J. Nitkowski has thrown 81 pitches tonight. He stayed ahead of the hitters, and that has been the most important thing for him. He has not walked a batter. He has hit 2, but he has been consistently ahead of the Phillies tonight, and he's been able to make them hit his pitches. There's another one. Gallagher can't hit it. It's 1-2.
Charlie Hayes knows that exactly what he wanted to do was hit a ball to the right side, and he not only thought he had the runner over, he thought he had a hit on it. And defenses, the Phillies have proved this year, when you have a good defense, how much more competitive you can be in this sport. And the Cincinnati Reds right there with that defense have taken the Phillies out of a potential inning, or at least with a chance to tie the ball game.
Nitkowski is due up second in the 8th inning. This might be his last batter if he retires him. He should. Branson, the throw across is low and scooped out by Eric Anthony. Nice play by the Reds first baseman. Some strong defense in the inning. Phils still trail 1-0.
Phillies baseball is brought to you by Bud Light. If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light. Your local Dodge dealers, come in today because we know how to help. The Yellow Pages 9 out of 10 people use, the genuine Bell Atlantic Yellow Pages. And by Pico Energy, we're focusing our energies on you. Pico Energy.
What a night by C.J. Nitkowski in front of friends from St. John's University, family. He now lives in Milford, Pennsylvania, went to high school in Jersey, and he had quite an outing. He will be pinch hit for here in the 8th. Jeff Branson, the leadoff hitter, flies one to left. Dave Gallagher towards the line, and there's one away.
Phillies are going to face a decision too, as Lenny Harris is going to come up and bat for Nitkowski. Schilling is due to bat second for the Phillies in the 8th inning.
There's Lenny Harris. He'll hit for Nitkowski.
This will be Lenny Harris batting for Nitkowski.
And C.J. Nitkowski can be one proud young man facing the Phillies tonight at home, needing a win after a tough loss last night, and he simply shut them down on 3 hits, no walks. He was ahead of almost everybody, hit 2 batters and struck out 4.
And I'm sure he went over and shook Brett Boone's hand.
Yes, he did.
Key play for him in the game.
He shook Boone's hand before they got to the dugout.
There's Brett. He's right beside him.
That's what a pitcher will do. He finds the guy that makes the defensive play, and he sits right next to him. See what Lenny's done on the air. He's in the midst of a terrible slump. 1 ball and 1 strike. Harris has seen his average dip to 217 as he has 1 for his last 23. Ball and 2 strikes to the pinch hitter Lenny Harris. Well, the Reds only have 4 hits tonight, 2 by Thomas Howard, 1 by Brett Boone, 1 by Jeff Branson. All of them singles. The only man who reached second base was Thomas Howard, and he scored. And then Brett Boone reached second in the 5th with 2 outs and the pitcher up, so not much of a threat there. So the Reds' only threat really was the double error in which they scored the game's only run. There have not been a lot of offensive opportunities on either side tonight. 2-2 pitch. Dave Gallagher's going to chase this one down, but Charlie Hayes is back there off the third base position for the second out. Workout shirt, Sunday, July 9th. It's a new hot item. It's a hot new t-shirt for all fans 14 and under. A white shirt with a dynamic Fighting Phils logo on the front. Compliments of Modell Sporting Goods. Great gift for young fans and great baseball for all. So make your plans by calling 463-1000 for tickets. Barry Larkin, 0 for 3 tonight. His average has dipped below the 300 mark for the first time in a while. He has continued to struggle coming off that thumb injury a couple of weeks ago. Larkin takes a called strike, 0-1. Larkin has grounded out twice and flied to center.
Boy, Schilling, even when he misses tonight, is right there. This is as good a control he could possibly have. There's Jeff Brantley. He's a tough little relief pitcher. He's done a good job closing for them lately.
Hard hit grounder. Duncan to his right. Wide throw. Hollins is off the bag. Phil should have been out of the inning. It was a hard hit grounder, but Duncan had plenty of time to get Larkin, and his throw pulled Hollins off the bag, and that'll go down as the Phils' 3rd error of the evening.
The Phillies, who have been living on their defense quite a bit this year, are shaky in this one. As Todd said, that's a wide throw. Hollins had to come off the bag, couldn't stay on it. And the error on the second baseman.
The Phils now with as many errors as hits in the ballgame, 3 of each. And the one man who's been a nemesis for Schilling in this game and during his career is Thomas Howard.
He's taken him the other way twice tonight, singles to left.
5 for 14 in his career, the best average by far of the Reds. Larkin on the move, and the throw is low. Barry Larkin with his 18th steal of the year, his 2nd in the National League.
Big stolen base by Barry Larkin. You know, trying to get into scoring position to get a second run out of this. Fastball down the middle. Dalton hurries his throw, throws it low. You see Larkin got a great jump on that straight steal.
Ball and a strike to Howard. He grounded out his first time up, singled and scored on the double error in the 4th, singled in the 6th. In case you weren't with us in the 4th inning, Thomas was on first. Schilling tried to pick him off and throw handcuffed Dave Hollins down the right field line. Hollins chased it down. Thomas Howard made it all the way around to third, and in doing so, Hollins' throw to third base got by Charlie Hayes, and Howard scored. That's the only run of this ball game. 1-0 Reds. We're in the top half of the 8th inning. Good night for the horse Schilling to pitch. It's a very comfortable evening. Doesn't look like he's been bothered by that pitch count. A lot of strikes of those 103 pitches. Up high, it's 2-1 to Howard.
Howard's hurt him with pitches away. You know, it looks like they're trying to crowd him a little more in this at bat. You know, haven't been able to get him out yet. He doesn't look like he wants to give him that fastball away. Back inside again, broke his bat.
Duncan, a high hop, will have to hurry in time to get Howard. So the error does not hurt Curt Schilling. We head to the bottom half of the 8th. The Phils need some offense. Baseball camps are back for boys and girls 7 to 14 years of age. 17 great locations, plus get a once-in-a-lifetime chance to enjoy a day of fun at the vet. There are 4 different camp sessions. One of the weeks has already ended. July 17th, July 24th, and August 7th are still available. 610-446-3636. That's 610-446-3636 for Phillies baseball day camps. Phillies trail 1-0 as we head to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Jerome Walton comes on as part of a double switch. He'll bat in the number 9 spot. And now batting second, in for the 2-inning save, at least he hopes so, is Jeff Brantley. Brantley looking for save number 12 on the year. He's 3-0 with a 2.78 earned run average on the season, appearing in his 24th game. He does have some 2-inning saves, as you see, 9 more innings than games appeared in. 22 hits, 7 walks, and 27 strikeouts.
11 out of 12 save opportunities. He's had 12. He converted 11, as Davey Johnson talks there with Ray Knight, his bench coach, third base coach. Not his bench coach, and the guy who they say will be his successor next year.
Kevin Stocker to lead things off against Brantley, who has not pitched in close to a week. Last pitched on Thursday when he earned his 11th save. His last 8 outings, he has 7 saves and a win. 1-1 to Stocker, who was 0 for 2 against C.J. Nitkowski.
Tony Longmire is in the on-deck circle. There he is, the bat for Schilling.
5, 7, 9.
Ricky Vitalico looks on. If the Phils fail to score, he would probably be the pitcher in the 9th. Phillies need a run. They've been shut down by the rookie C.J. Nitkowski. 4th ball, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Brantley's always had the reputation as a real tough competitor out there. You're not a guy with any overpowering pitches, but a great competitor who gets the job done when he's healthy. And he's pitched very well for the Reds lately.
Foul tip. Staying alive is Kevin Stocker. Brantley's allowed just 10 runs all year long. 6 of those 10 have come via the home run, 6 solo shots. So he has given up the long ball on occasion, but lately he has been outstanding. He has retired 16 of the last 18 batters he has faced. Stocker stays alive. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Gets him swinging. Brantley comes in and strikes out the first batter he faces. 1 out here in the 8th.
It's a high fastball. He threw him a lot of stuff down and then goes with a high fastball away out of the strike zone, and Stocker chases it.
Here's Tony Longmire. What a year he has had as a pinch hitter. 7 for 20 with 2 pinch hit home runs, including a game winner here at the Vet. Up high to Longmire, 1-0. Brantley last year with the Reds led the team in saves with 15. The pitch looked low. It was a called strike. 1-1. This year Brantley with 11 of the Reds' 19 saves. Xavier Hernandez has 3. Hector Carrasco has 5. Ground ball just foul, left field line. It counts 1-2 on Longmire.
Yeah, and Branson is guarding the line, as the third base umpire Dana Demuse said it was foul. Look how far over Branson is, even though that's a left-handed batter up there. So it'd be really hard to squirt it by him down the line.
Count evens up 2-2 on Longmire. Phils need at least a run to get Curt Schilling off the hook. He deserves a much better fate tonight, having gone 8 strong innings. Nice rebound performance after a tough start in St. Louis for Schilling, but right now he trails Cincinnati and C.J. Nitkowski 1-0. Taubensee giving it a look. It's still 2-2. Tony Longmire gives you a good at-bat coming off the bench cold. He's had a couple of outstanding pinch hit plate appearances for the Phillies this year.
You mentioned the solo home runs that Brantley's given up, not many lately. Tony Longmire is a high ball hitter, and Brantley is a low ball pitcher for the most part.
Just misses. The count goes full. Longmire again with a quality plate appearance. He's run the count full against one of the National League best closers, Jeff Brantley. Stays alive.
Boy, that ball had some movement. I don't know how he hit it. Just hit it on the end of the bat and stayed alive. It almost looked as if it were a 3-2 fork ball.
Curt Schilling's line tonight, he went 8 innings, only allowed 4 hits, did not walk a batter, just like C.J. Nitkowski. Neither starter walking a batter. Schilling struck at 9 and allowed 1 unearned run. Outside, ball 4, outstanding walk drawn by Tony Longmire.
That was a really good at bat, considering he doesn't play much because of the groin problems that he's had. And a fastball away, and he takes it for ball 4.
That'll bring to the plate Lenny Dykstra. Dykstra has fly to left, fly to right, and fly to center. 0 for 3 tonight. That is the first walk in this ball game. We're in the bottom half of the 8th.
Yeah, you mentioned the job Schilling did tonight. I mean, Curt Schilling can't pitch any better than he did. He was just outstanding.
Smash, Anthony. Wide throw, safe at second, safe at first. Barry Larkin has an argument, but I think it was a good call by Jerry Lane at second. Phil's have runners on first and second, 1 out.
Larkin did everything he could to save that play, but I don't think he was near that bag. Eric Anthony made a great play and then throws wide to second.
The Phils have hit into some hard outs tonight. It looked like they may be snake bitten once again, but a wide throw extends the rally.
You can see Lane said the throw pulled him off the bag. Davey Johnson doesn't want to hear it, but it sure looked like it, you know, to the naked eye. We'll see in a replay. Larkin tried to do a little flamenco dance down there to try and stay in contact with that bag, and he couldn't do it. Here's the play. What a play by Anthony on this smash by Dykstra. Holding the runner on, and the ball is on him so fast, and now he pulls Larkin off. Close.
I wasn't sure if he didn't get that right foot down. If he did, it was a remarkable play.
Watch the saying how athletic he is trying to do it.
I think he's got it.
He might have touched it. He might have had his toe on that.
There's no way he should have possibly been able to make that play, but it looked like he did. So Phil's catch a break and just missed, tying the game on a grounder just foul. Wow, what a play by Larkin. That looked like from the naked eye there was no way possible he'd be able to keep his foot on the bag.
They gave Anthony an error on the play.
For the wide throw.
Yeah.
First and second, 1 out, bottom of the 8th. Phils trail it 1-0. Fouled away into the crowd, 0-2. Mariano Duncan has done a nice job hitting over 300 with runners in scoring position. I cannot believe Barry Larkin made that play.
Well, you know, they have on their notes how remarkable their middle defense has been. Larkin and Boone, how well both of them have been playing. And that was amazing that he could have somehow got his toe on that bag with that throw. And it appeared that he might have done it on that replay.
Duncan in the hole, 0-2. Eisenreich waits on deck. Stays alive, fouling it away.
Well, you would think they want Jeff Brantley for 2 innings tonight, and they're making him work hard here in this 8th inning. That's why a lot of managers don't like to use closers for 2 innings. Because if they get into a tough eighth, and then even if they get out of it, sometimes the air goes out of the balloon for them.
Especially a one-run lead for 2 innings. There's no margin for error. Tried to hold up, but he chased a high pitch. Mary Ellen Duncan goes down.
No doubt about it, he swings at it. I mean, Runge doesn't have to ask. He just chases that high fastball, and he cannot hold up. Strikeout for Brantley.
Another guy who's got the best batting average in the major leagues against right-handed pitchers, Jim Eisenreich. Eisenreich batting .395 against righties this year. Better than anyone else in the big leagues. He takes a called strike on the outside corner.
They're over shifting him to left center and pitching him away, as Brantley did on the outside corner. He has a huge alley in right center field, as you see there, but they figure he's not going to pull. At least they're hoping he doesn't. If he pulls, they're playing him as a dead pull hitter with the right fielder Sanders, not an alley hitter to right center.
Outside, it's 1-1. Felipe Alou learned the perils of using your closer for 2 innings in a 1-run game this afternoon when the Expos lost that game to the Atlanta Braves in the bottom half of the 9th. Tonight, Jeff Brantley looking for a 1-run, 2-inning save. There you see the situation. Bottom half of the 8th. Phils trail by 1. Outside, it's 2-1.
Yeah, it's the old pitch him away, play him away right now. I mean, they have stayed right by their book on Eisenreich thus far.
You can see some tense faces in the dugout. This is a big series for both teams. The Reds were coming off a very disappointing 5-5 homestand. The Phillies are embarking on what is probably the best competition in one homestand you could face. The Reds for 3, the Braves for 4. Cincinnati winning last night. The homestand opener 12-3 convincingly. Foul straight back. The count is 2-2 on Eisenreich.
It's the first pitch he's had really to hit in this at bat. I think Brantley got a little more of the plate than he wanted to that time, and Eisenreich had a good hack at it.
Eisenreich against the left-handed starter Nitkowski, grounded out, bounced into a fielder's choice, and was hit by a pitch.
Came inside.
You mentioned the number of pitches. Brantley is working hard.
And he came inside really for the first time in the at-bat. You know, they established a way with Eisenreich. I guess they figured he'd be looking away, and they were going to try and get him out inside. Done a good job of working Jim in this at bat.
Tying run at second, go ahead run at first. Foul ball out of play. It stays 2-2.
In out, in out. And that's what that time he goes away from him.
Dave Hollins waits on deck. Longmire with a walk, reached on an error to second base. Lenny Dykstra reached on a fielder's choice. Great at bat by Eisenreich, wasting some pitches with 2 strikes.
That's a tough pitch. He just fouled off then.
Eisenreich has worn out Cincinnati over his career, hitting close to 500. 25 for 54 against the Reds.
They were coming back inside then. Now Brantley stepped off. Whether he didn't want to throw that pitch or what, you know, who knows. But you could see Taubensee starting to slide back inside that time after those pitches away. If he goes away from him here, that means he didn't want to throw that ball inside. That's what it was.
Outside, the count is full.
That's what it was.
Brantley decided he did not want to go inside after that. He stepped off. He said, I got the ball. We're going to start over here.
This is one of the better pitcher-batter battles you will ever want to see. Brantley against Eisenreich have been dueling it out for about 10 pitches, and now the runners will get a head start with 2 outs and a full count. Brantley wins the battle. They have to throw to first, and they do to retire Eisenreich on the slider. Phillies fail in the 8th. A walk, an error, 2 men left. Head to the 9th. Still 1-0. Your Budweiser National League scoreboard. Atlanta wins this afternoon 4-3 over Montreal. Chicago 10-3 over the Pirates. Brian McRae a grand slam in that one. Tony Eusebio a slam for the Astros as they shut out St. Louis 9-0. In 11 innings, San Fran over Colorado 2-1. J.R. Phillips the game-winning RBI single. New York has come back to take the lead over Florida 8-3 that game in the 9th. Chris Jones and Jeff Kent home runs for the Mets, and San Diego in Los Angeles starting in about an hour. Quite a ball game here at the Vet. Just 1 unearned run has crossed the plate in this one. 1-0 Cincinnati as we head to the 9th inning, and Ricky Bottalico takes over for Curt Schilling, who leaves trailing 1-0 after 8 outstanding innings. Bottalico has been fantastic for the Phillies this year, appearing in his 23rd game. He's 3-1 and has an ERA of 1.23. He has Gant bailing out on a great breaking ball. That's a called strike, 0-1. Gant struggled against Schilling, striking out and popping up twice, 0 for 3. Good fastball at the knees, no balls and 2 strikes. Bottalico has not allowed a run in his last 9 appearances, 10 2/3 scoreless innings, and he has been close to dominant. Some nasty stuff on that pitch, which bounds away. It's 1-2.
It's a big inning for the Phillies and for Bottalico because, you know, when you're at home down 1-0 like this, you want to desperately keep this to a 1-run game. You do so many more things in the 9th inning if you can keep it to 1.
Man, he's got some action on that pitch tonight, 2-2.
Yeah, but he's just overthrowing those. So, you know, when Gant, he's got to be defensive 0-2, especially after that first hook, and he's overthrowing them so much that he won't chase them because they're too far out of the strike zone. Try to put too much on that one then.
Start out 0-2, now the count's full. Ron Gant, Reggie Sanders, Eric Anthony, all potential long ball threats. Phils in the 9th will have their cleanup hitter Dave Hollins leading off, Darren Dalton and Charlie Hayes. Well, he loses them after starting out Gant 0-2. Ron Gant has recovered nicely from that very serious leg injury in the offseason between 93 and 94. He has 12 steals this year. He'll have to be watched over at first base.
No way you look for a bunt in this situation. Not with a guy with those kind of guns. In the 4-hole.
Reggie Sanders, he had a tough time against Schilling as well, striking out twice and grounding out, 0 for 3. There goes Gant. Pitch is low and gets away from Dalton. Gant goes in head first, but he could have gone in standing with his 13th steal of the year. Reds love to run.
Well, these guys are so dangerous because they not only have great power, but the guys that get on that can hit the ball the ballpark will run. I mean, Ron Gant, 15 home runs, takes off on the first pitch. Ball's in the dirt. Dalton doesn't handle it. He got a great jump. He really gave Dalton no shot, even if he'd have caught that ball.
Gant has 13 steals. Sanders, their cleanup hitter, has 15 steals. Barry Larkin earlier with his 18th steal. Reds have now stolen as a team 86 bases. Compare that to the Phillies' 28 steals. 1-0 pitch is a called strike to Sanders. 1 ball and 1 strike. Norm Charlton is loosening up. Reds have some left-handed hitters due up.
Gant was getting a tremendous jump off second. Stocker came in behind him, but Metallico saw him and stepped off. Guys normally don't run with nobody out in this situation. You know, they're thinking, well, maybe they'll get me over. Although with Reggie Sanders, I can't think that they want him to just give himself up here. They want him to drive it somewhere. You don't ask your 4-hole hitter to hit behind a run or two often.
Not with the BBs he hit last night, including a 3-run home run. Leads the National League in RBIs with 48. He has a runner in scoring position here. Low and outside. The count's 2-1 on Sanders. Quite a season he is having.
Yeah, that's a big run out there at second base. Phillies have been frustrated tonight all kinds of ways. Extra run here would look huge for the Reds.
Chased a high fastball. It's 2-2.
Ricky Metallico can get away with high fastballs sometimes because he has a little extra giddy up when he gets it up. You don't want to make a habit out of that, but there are certain hitters who will chase up in that area, and he can throw it by them.
Ooh. What a breaking ball throw. Sanders called third strike.
You got that right. You want to see a man's knees buckle. Reggie Sanders, all he can do is tip his cap to Ricky Metallico. Watch his knees buckle on this. Thinks, oh, wow, that's a good one. I mean, that's a severe knee bend right there.
That's how he had Gant on the first pitch, bailing out. The pitch was a strike, and then he, as you said, started to overthrow against Ron Gant.
Yeah, he tried to make perfect pitches after that when all he had to do was get one in the strike zone, you know, close to it, and he might have gotten Gant to chase. Now you really have to watch Gant now. Even though there's a left-handed hitter up there, if Gant's getting a little frisky, he might think about going.
Eric Anthony has struck out, fly to left and line to center, 0 for 3. Runge never moved. It's ball 2-0. Waiting for that delayed strike. Ron Gant is 4th in the National League in runs scored. He's at second base with 1 out. A little bit high. It's 3-0. Phils now will throw the 4th one intentionally out of the strike zone, and that'll be an intentional walk to Eric Anthony. Ricky wanted to make sure what that meant.
Taubman sees the on-deck hitter, a left-handed batter. Charlton's up in the bullpen.
Ricky hasn't thrown an intentional walk this year, so he wanted to make sure. What was that for? Oh, you want me to throw an intentional? So now 1st and 2nd with 1 out, and Taubman is the batter.
They have Lewis and Worthington from the right side and Berryhill from the right side left. And no left-handed batter, really. Well, Berryhill could be a pinch hitter from the left side also as a switch hitter.
They're going to stick with a Metallico here, looking for a ground ball. Inside low, 1-0. In the air, there, deep to center field. Dykstra back to the track, has room, makes the catch. The runners tag and move up one base each. To third goes Gant. To second goes Anthony, and just missing one was Eddie Taubensee.
Taubensee hit a home run, just almost like that last week against Atlanta to win the ball game for them. As a pinch hitter, he hit it. Hit a little bit more towards right center. And that ball died out there in deep center field. Both runners move up. So now it's Vitalico against right-handed hitting Brett Boone to try and get out of this.
Phillies trail it 1-0. We're in the top half of the ninth. Brett Boone 1 for 3 with a single, his second time up. Chases one, no balls and a strike.
Brett Boone's a first ball fastball hitter. I mean, that's the scouting report on him. So he throws him first ball curveball, and he was swinging fastball all the way.
This is a big at bat in this ball game. Phillies need to keep it at 1. Second and third, 2 out. 0-2, foul tip. Vitalico has struck out 18 in the last 15 innings.
Now this is where he can go a couple ways. You know, he's got him set up fastball if he wants to do that, or the breaking ball we talked about earlier with Gant, where he just overthrew it and didn't get him to chase. You don't have to throw a perfect one here. His breaking ball is so good they'll chase it if it's near the strike zone.
Boone's single earlier tonight came on an 0-2 pitch. There's the curveball. He did not chase. Good job by Boone to lay off.
Yeah, that's a good pitch.